I think that's one of the beautiful things about TPG, the kind of entrepreneurial culture and care for one another and for what you do, and to continue to have that humble spirit, but also trying to do good for the world. I think that's why a lot of people are excited about what's ahead for TPG. Hi, I'm Debbie Messemer, and I'm a proud member of the TPG Board. I serve as the chair of the Audit Committee, and I also serve on the Compensation Committee. Prior to joining the TPG Board, I enjoyed a 36-year career with KPMG, starting in the Fort Worth office. I never thought I'd be there the full time, but it turned out to be a really great place to build a career. I enjoyed a number of different leadership roles, including the one that I thought was the best one in the firm, which was when I became the managing partner of the San Francisco office and then ultimately leading the Western region for KPMG. Being in the Silicon Valley, being in San Francisco at that time, in the role that I had, I was interfacing with some of the most amazing startups that turned out to be some of the most iconic public companies of our day. I watched them go from being really innovative to then being public. I knew TPG before TPG was TPG. David Bonderman and Jim Coulter were both working for Robert Bass in Fort Worth, and I got to know them more. Just we all were sort of growing up in our careers in Fort Worth. I was able to watch them and also see the kind of reputation they had. I just remember that, the early days of TPG and those guys being very entrepreneurial and smart and starting the firm. In terms of my 36-year career, I feel like it prepared me for a lot of things, but I also think it prepared me for being on this board. Obviously, I have to have the finance and accounting and financial reporting and internal control chops to be able to do what I do, but I also have the perspective that I've known a lot of these folks, including their founders and many of the partners, and have known them. So I know them, I know how they operate, and I think because I've already had that relationship, helped me be more beneficial and help be able to contribute in my role on the board. I think our overarching responsibility as a board member is obviously one of oversight. It is not an operational role, but is also thinking about representing the best interest of the independent shareholders. As a board group, whether it's an independent member or an insider, we all work very well together. We collaborate, but we're not afraid to debate an issue or talk about different topics. And in terms of the management team, I have full access. John is very accessible to us as well, in addition to encouraging us to interact with the team. TPG in its beginning, when David and Jim left to form TPG, they were very entrepreneurial. They were scrappy. They were smart. They had great relationships, and all of that stuff woven together mattered, and they started to create this firm. And I think today, innovation is ever so important as we think about not only being innovative in the way that we run our business, but also the type of businesses we are creating and building or acquiring. It's everybody's job to be thinking about, what does the market look like? What's it telling us? What are some of the signals in the market, and how do we keep innovating, and how do we keep coming up with new products and new ways to delight our customers, the LPs, and what are we doing to differentiate ourselves in a growing competitive market? I'm excited about where this company can go. We're still in early innings, and there's a lot of opportunities ahead, and I really think that this is the team that together is going to be able to find those opportunities and seize them. No matter what sector or geography you're in, I think that the opportunities are endless.